I swear. My mom called and I literally hit decline on the call and it ended my stream. Okay. Sorry, guys. I can't stand. My mom called and it ended the stream. So I know. Deborah, my mom called and it ended the stream. And I felt so bad. I was like in the middle of saying a comment and then it just ended. Just like, you're done. Boop, you're done. And then I looked at the time. I was like, yeah, maybe it is time that I go. But I wanted to officially just end it, answering the rest of your guys' questions and then bouncing. Was good, Alex. Do you guys have any last questions before I go? I know people will see stream. I was talking about there's a new thing called keto fasting or intermittent fasting, and I was trying to explain how if you fast, you can't do anything. And you have to make sure you get enough electrolytes in, because you don't want your cortisol to spike. You don't want to have this like unnecessary adrenal reaction because your body's not ketotic yet, and then you're doing fasted cardio, and then you're just putting some MCT oil in a coffee and then going hours, and then you're binging on protein at night. So for those who are watching this replay, I was speaking in the last stream about people are asking about kidney damage, how Kaiser put out a thing saying keto can damage your kidneys. I was saying that people don't understand the keto macros. They get very confused. They think that autophagy just happens. I'm sort of replaying the last comments on the last live stream. And I messed up with my adding fasting. What do you suggest to get back on track? I would say to get your ketogenic macros, make sure that you are eating foods that you don't have any sensitivities to, because it's something that people don't talk about in the keto world, is what foods. You can't just go online and Google like a keto meal plan, because you could be messing your body up. And that goes the same for my own plans, which I'm going to go and put a bunch of disclaimers yeah, on my meal plans, so people have an understanding, like, be careful for the oxalates, be careful for the goitrogens, be careful for the nightshades. I'm even very concerned about the pepper because it's a nightshade and so many people have thyroid problems. And then you try to fast on top of that, and then people are starting to notice their hair fall out, their reproductive, like, and that's the problem. A lot of men are talking about fasting, and then they're not talking about like women in their menstrual cycle getting really weird intermittent fasting. So I'm trying to explain to you guys, if you're not adapted, where's your body going to get the gasoline from? I'm sorry, under your neck, here. So people are like, how do I get rid of this roll? I'm like, well, if you want to keep that roll, and you want to keep that turkey gobbler and skinny little legs, guys, and women have your menstrual cycle get weird and men have your testosterone low, fast. Fast without a purpose. Fast without any science. Fast because you read a fungus book and now you're fasting because he says that it lowers insulin. But what if your insulin's already low? What if you have dysregulated blood sugar? Well, that doesn't matter. It does matter. And we are very similar, as much as people like to say, but we're so different. No, we're not so different. You don't eat, you're going to have blood sugar issues. You eat too much or you eat the wrong foods, you're going to have blood sugar issues. That's the most of society. Yeah, and Brooks like stopping all supplements, and that's another thing I got an issue with, is taking supplements blindly. Know what you're taking and why you're taking it, because, oh, I'm going to take a multivitamin. But what if you have a sensitivity to the 50? What do you look at a multivitamin? There's like 50 things in there. What if you don't need more E, and that E is going to frack you up? Please, people, what about all the binders and the chemicals so you can, and the chelator, so you can get them in your bloodstream that your body doesn't agree with? So supplements do have their place. They do. People take ox bile salts when they have no gallbladder, when they have issues, gallbladder sludge or stones, or the symptoms of nausea. And I'm not talking about coconut oil. They have their place. Betaine HCl has its place. Enzymes, for a short amount of time, have their place. Digestive enzymes, lipase and proteolase and all these things. They have their place, but not all the time, unless you have no gallbladder. Number one thing, get minimum 200 grams of animal fat every day. And that is what Deborah is trying to remind you of. Healing won't happen until you get fats up. And it won't, because your body's searching for, well, okay, I'm not adapted, and you're fasting, and you're doing cardio, and then you got to go to work, and you haven't eaten anything. or you're forgetting to eat. And the body's like, okay, well, if you don't feed me, I will go munch on your body and I'll go have a lunch right there, okay? And then I'll make you fat here, women. I'll make you flabby. I'll give you cellulite. So how many men are talking about cellulite, right? Not just like cellulite as a science subject, as in fasting and cellulite and your hair falling out and your freaking bloody menstrual cycle. Don't talk about that. Same. It's all connected, you guys. Every little this connected this. It's all connected. You do one thing here, you're gonna frack up yourself here. Just is. See, I did keto months ago. Not healthy. For about 8 weeks fasting, I could not stop having sugar cravings. Crashed. Brooke. Thank you, Brooke. And that's the thing for people who are watching this second video. Go back to the first fasting video. Tons of people are telling their fasting horror stories in the chat section on the other video I did today. So look at those comments. Let me see, should I try just meat and rotating good veggies? So Brooke, we got to figure out what a good veggie is. Typically the cruciferous vegetables cooked. I don't really like to suggest salads anymore. I did in the beginning, and I need to just strike that because the more each day that goes by, I'm like, wow, how many people you have histamine intolerance? How many of you have small intestinal bacterial overgrowth? But I think I'm going to leave that for a separate video. I'm just reading a lot about the small intestinal bacterial overgrowth and the ileosacral valve and the constipation that I keep getting in every single and the loose stool and the floaty stool and the pale stool and the greasy stool. I'm going to do some separate small little 3-minute videos on that, but I think you guys, I'm going to go, don't forget to like up the stream if you haven't already by collapsing that, hitting that X, collapsing the chat, hitting the thumbs up to like up the stream, and then hitting the chat icon to reopen the chat. And you guys, I'm trying my hardest. My mom's calling, so I know it's late and I need to call her back. I watch your other video. Let me see. I watch your other videos. So animal fat is good. Yes. Butter is good. Yes. But people have been screwing you up, honey chat. I know, Brooke. And Brooke, just be really careful. Like if people make it sound so easy and just like have some MCT oil. Well, that's processed. Okay. We'll have some coconut oil. Oh, I've got Hershey squirts. I got a stomach ache. I'm coconut oil. And I'm not really adapting. And then you eat butter and then you don't feel well on butter. But then nobody ever told you about histamine intolerance. No one told you. Nobody's talking about the organ meats. I mean, some people are, but they're not talking about organ meats in relation to keto. Now, they're just starting to talk about organ meats in relation to sit, honey chow. Carnivore, high fat, organ meats, and electrolytes. That's carnivore diet, and that's for people who've got histamine intolerance or SIBO. Can you get more information about my meal plans? Oh, I gotta go, so I think I'll have to do that on the next live stream. Yeah, thanks for everything, Steph. You always give and you always keep it 100. Thank you, Alex. I do. Some people don't like it. Some people like it, some people don't like it. But at the end of the day, the problem we get into is when we're lied to, and then we're wondering why we're fracked up when we get to 50, in our 50s. And remember that breaking can take up to a year. Breaking can take up to a year. Be patient and confident that you are steadily getting well. Breaking? Adapting? Breaking. Breakdancing? Let me see. Can you do another live on how to keto? Yes, I think the next one will be like a lighter one and just talk about how to keto adapt. Healing. Sorry. I'm slow. My bad. Healing. Seriously, thank you. I am purchasing your meal plan. I don't know. So I have meal plans. I've got, people are like, oh, you have an intermittent fasting one. That's for people who are adapted, and it's because people are bugging me so much. But what do I do if I'm adapted, I'm fully adapted, and you'll read that in all the literature on that plan. I'm fully adapted, I'm doing really well, my blood sugar's stable, I'm not crashing, my sleep's doing better, my hormones are blah, blah, blah. So can I lower my fat? Well, then I want to teach people how to do that. So I've got a plan on that. But it's basically an average to fit woman. And the protein is pretty much the same depending on your, unless you're really, really tall, athlete playing volleyball. But the protein really changes. It varies very much so for men. And I pretty much tried to explain to you about the for women it's about 45 to 55-ish, sometimes 60 grams depending on the woman. Like I said, how tall she is. I'm only 5'3", so I only have about 52 to 55 grams of protein, all fatty meats, cruciferous vegetables, things of this nature. And that's what the meal plans are about. It's not like Monday you're going to have, you know, pork belly and blah, 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 because everybody's got different food issues. So this is what women should have, this is what men should have, but it's not like you eat, you know, a freaking Applegate hot dog on Monday and then you have a freaking, you know, beef burger. You know, I don't do that. So, but I'm going to update all the plans as well. So if you guys want to start off with something, they're there right now. I'm not going to, I am updating them already. You can either purchase something right now or you can wait until I get them all blessed. But I do have a keto course. It's $15 a month. My Instagram is Stephanie Ketogenic, and I do a lot of amazing stories there that teach you about everything. The keto course today, we're talking about hypoglycemia. I said that in the last live stream. For those watching this replay, I'm doing this as a second because it just ended because my mom called. So I was trying to like rehash some of the content I was saying in the last live stream. But you can't just fast. Your body's not adapted. It will start to go into gluconeogenesis more than you want it to. It'll start to catalyze itself to raise blood sugar back up because it doesn't use ketones effectively right now. People don't get enough electrolytes in. So what I've seen from the fasting community, which is jittering, shaky, sick, dehydration, headaches, gluconeogenesis, crepey skin, kidney issues, dark circles under the eyes, inverted cortisol, can't sleep. A lot of things are happening with the fasting, and the gurus don't talk about it because it just won't make money if you do that. If you start saying how hard it is, and people aren't going to buy your products. Is there something I can eat every day to get into ketosis that don't have to worry about eating? No, unfortunately, I'm really into rotating foods because a lot of people have digestive issues. So I don't like people to just eat the same thing every day. Now, if you find a fat that you don't have a sensitivity to, you can more so eat a fat more often because it doesn't oxidize as quickly. It doesn't collect as much bacteria, let's say, as fish, like salmon, or like leftover meats, which people react to. So, you know, I try to get people to rotate their meats, and I try to get them to rotate their vegetables, especially you guys have problems digesting plants, because plants have salicylates and oxalates and goitrogens and nightshades, saponins and nightshade, I already said that, tannins, and lectins, and gluten. Y'all got gut issues. So you got to be careful. Yes, on keto. Crack yourself up if you do it wrong. If you had chest pains, Rhonda, 9 times out of 10, that's why I don't say 10 times out of 10 times. 9 times out of 10, it's not the fat, unless you're having a histamine reaction. That could create the palps. But it sounds like it could be potassium deficiency, which can give you that sensation of a tight chest and feeling your heartbeat, heart palpitations. Now, you guys can have heart palpitations from having a sensitivity. So you might want to rotate out things that make you feel bad, but it's not all fat. Now, if you have GI distress on a lot of fat, it could be your gallbladder. A lot of moving parts in this. Keto can help you, and it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And I've seen so many, like Deborah has rheumatoid arthritis. A lot of her symptoms have gone down, like she was having surgeries nonstop on her joints. And she completely is like, she gets it. That's what I love about Deborah. She comes in, she helps people with a lot of the questions that I can't see because so many come in. And she's a believer of it because she's like, I don't have rheumatoid arthritis. I don't have that. She has that. So she's a real staunch proponent and believer of keto because of her own autoimmunity. So I really don't want people to give up because of all of these amazing health benefits from it, more than just losing weight. It's amazing, you guys. But if you do it the wrong way and you become obsessed with the weight loss part of it, and you forget that you actually have to adapt and there's like a science behind that, you can hurt yourself. You can fail. Yeah? You can binge. You can have menstrual cycle issues. Men, your testosterone can drop. It's a mess. You can create digestive issues because you're eating mono foods because you saw somebody eat that other food online. You got to be very careful. CP, histamine is like a lot of symptoms. It's tired, it's mucus buildup, it's sneezing, it's like allergy symptoms, nasal drip, bloated, itchy scalp, itchy butt. I mean, that's candida, right? Um, People having fungus infections, which really does a job on your intestines. People will feel off. They will feel like thick in the throat. They've got like freaking broccoli in their poop in the toilet. It's floating. It's pale. That's histamine. And a lot of you guys have one or some of those symptoms: gassy, bloaty, farty, constipation, loose stool, Hershey squirts. Like, I'm not kidding, people. It's a thing, and nobody's talking about it. Because I'm so blunt sometimes. I have honesty Tourette's. When I'm at the gym, I'm talking to these millennials. I'm like, yo, you got this. They'd be like, how'd you know? I'm like, because your skin, bruh. Your skin, your model, your skin is looking really like you can't breathe, bruh. It's looking like red and blotchy. Thank you, Deborah. I have been eating liverwurst with a slice of Kerrygold and kosher pickle. The liverwurst is combo, so be careful with the pickle too, guys. Beef liver. I wonder if you got that from, yeah. U.S. Wellness Meats, love them. Love. Big hearts to the Wellness Meats with the liverwurst for people who were like freaked out by the liver. Liver too. I was talking about liver a lot. I need to talk about liver more because I bought like 8 packs of liver. I bought everything on the shelf when I went to Gelson's. I cannot run out of liver, and I can't speak more highly of it. All right, guys, time to go. Time to call back my mama. For the people who caught the live stream, go to the other video when I was talking about fasting and the dangers of fasting, what they don't tell you, and how Peter Attia just said you can't measure autophagy, so they don't even know if anybody's actually ever experiencing it. It's like a word people are throwing out. Autophagy, but actually people are binging. Oh, thank you, T. Jones. Thank you. And thank you, Deborah, right? Deborah's like, she's totally helping me here. How do you treat histamine? Oh, Lord have mercy, child. That's a long video. I got a lot of videos, CP. Like, one of them is to start producing a lot of diamine oxidase by taking, like, kidney. There are DAO supplements. I'm not a big supplement person because it's desiccated. I think it's desiccated kidney. But grass-fed kidney, yeah, soak it, right? Soak it in vinegar, apple cider vinegar. If you don't have histamine responses, apple cider vinegar, or soak it in water. And then you can boil it. Some people boil it. Some people fry it to get out. There's like a metallic taste to kidney, but that will really help the production of that enzyme. People have a histamine buildup, and it just comes from, human, like modern day, like first world problem livings that we create our own histamine intolerance, our allergies to everything, not only the food, but like dander and, seasonal allergy. This is all right here, people, right there. Yeah, so vertical lines tend to be mineral deficiencies. So a lot of you guys are mineral deficient because our soil is mineral deficient. You guys are eating chicken breast. No, I got no minerals in it. That's why you want to get some liver, right? You want to. Okay. And grass-fed, because people who eat organic liver, they're like, why do I feel bad on organic liver? I'm like, because liver stores toxins, so you want to make sure it's grass-fed, because grass-fed cows, if they don't have glyphosate floating over and landing on the soil, the grass they're eating. Okay, I gotta go. I'm talking too long. Bye, guys. Hercules. I got some energy. 51. Don't forget to go to my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic. I have a keto course. It's $15 a month. You won't find anything cheaper than that, okay? And I work my ass off there. And that's through my website, which is stephanieperson.com. And I still do consultations. Oh, look, I'm doing that. Bicep. I think it's over there. You could also book consultations at stephanieperson.com. Or you could just stay here, stay on YouTube. Thank you so much, Jones Curtis. So, this is the mother-sucking business. I used to say that, right? Because somebody called me the business in the very beginning. So I kept going. I was like, this is the business at 51. And I just want us, you guys, to wake up. We're all sleeping. We're in the Matrix. Need to crawl out. And don't believe the hype, including me. Do your own research, you guys. Just don't follow any one person until they show you some kind of consistent something. And I'm out. Jenna, we're talking about trying to get your electrolytes through some food and not through drinks. We're trying to do it natural. We're trying, okay? We're trying to get that sodium, magnesium. Well, magnesium, I mean, you could do transdermal, but like, you know, glycinate, magnesium glycinate, get some, but like histamine people get fracked up on this. So I'm like, okay, you can't do boiled spinach or sauteed spinach and like avocado, then you might want to do bone broth. And if you can't deal with the glutamate in the bone broth, then you could go rely on like some liver, some veins are popping up. This is strangling me. Boop. Okay, guys, I'm out. Gotta call my mama back. Bye. Till next time. Because I hope this stream does not buffer. Better not buffer. Like my background. Okay, guys, I'm out. Thank you, Deborah. You're always like, I can't be more grateful for everything that you do for me. The energy is real. Thank you so much. This is a good person in my life that I've never met, but I am so fortunate to have Deborah. All right, guys, and I'm out. Thank you, everyone, for joining the live streams. I know they can be long, and the reason why I'm all over the place is people don't know how to live stream. They don't understand live streams, and I really like to engage with my audience, which is why it seems like I'm all over the place, because if you're actually in the live chat, it doesn't feel like it. And that's why I'm starting to do 3-minute videos. So for those who don't want to watch the live stream, fast forward or get to my 3-minute videos, because now I'm just uploading 3-minute. Aww, what is it? All is one. All is one. You don't have to do that, but I really appreciate the 20 to the super chat. I always forget that it's there. I am not a good capitalist. What's wrong with me? I'll watch Vegan Gain till like people donate every second. So when somebody does, I'm like, oh yeah, oh, they like what I'm saying. I appreciate it. I always say that anybody donates to the super chat is spending their own hard-earned money. Let's keep it real. So I really appreciate that. You appreciate what I'm trying to do. I'm trying, guys. I really am. I don't always get it right. Sometimes I get triggered. Sometimes I get silly. Sometimes I'm serious. Sometimes I'm calm. But at least I'm myself. Okay. Yes, Deborah. She's like, go call your mom. Shut up. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'm out. I am an overtalker. That's my problem. It's because I love you guys. Oh, but I love people, and I love that you guys give a darn. And I'm gonna shut up. Bye. Thank you, Jenna Brown. Bye, guys.